Hey guys, it's Victoria. Welcome to today's video. So if you couldn't guess by the title, we're going to do just about a full face of all Boxycharm products. I say just about because there are a couple of items that I won't be able to use Boxycharm wise, like foundation and concealer. I wasn't one of the ones that got any complexion products from Boxycharm yet, so I don't have those to use, and then some brushes aren't going to be Boxycharm, but other than that, you guys, every single item is all Boxycharm. Honestly, I like looking at all of this, realize how cool it is that I've gotten such a variety all throughout all of the boxes. I think I've gotten maybe 4 or 5 boxes by this time, and I can't wait for next month. I just like, this is my favorite beauty box subscription, so I get excited about it. There's a few items that we're gonna be using for the first time, which is super exciting. This is one of them. I keep staring at this, you guys, and I'm like, I really wanna try this. This is a hydrating primer. This is one we just got in our most recent box in February. It's the Tarte Double Duty Beauty Hydrating Primer. Oh, that's not the name. This is the base tape. That's what it's actually called. On the back, it says Double Duty Beauty. But it is a hydrating primer. So we're going to start with this. I do need to take off my rings really quick. I'm going to just do one pump. Ooh, that is super liquidy. Super, super liquidy. My skin is oily. However, lately it has been so annoying. It's been like dry. I'm kind of nervous about the foundation we're using today, but that's one that I've been using for a long time. So that's what we're going to do. Ooh. This smells coconutty, honestly. And I'm actually surprised it does have a tackiness. When I first felt this right out of the box, I really felt like it had a super just oily scent. But now, feeling it on the face, it's actually got a little bit of stickiness. Maybe not so much tacky, but definitely sticky. I want to use just a tiny, tiny, tiny bit more. See, that's like just a baby amount. Just because I didn't get some over here on my forehead. It kind of dried very, very fast, so I wasn't able to blend it. I was talking too much. Okay, so the primer is on. It definitely smells very coconutty, almost like the Banana Boat sunscreen. That's the vibes it's giving me. Not all bad, because it makes me definitely feel like I'm on vacation. Oh, I forgot my beauty blender. I had just cleaned this, so it was over there drying. I'm going to use, like I was saying, Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation. This is in the shade 1N1. It's Ivory Nude. This is actually a little bit too light for me, but we're going to just roll with this anyways. I'm going to do 2 pumps to start. I don't want to go too crazy with this. I switched skincare to a lot of different things, and I think I'm using too much of something. So I stopped using a lot of the things I was using so I can just kind of slowly introduce them back into the routine. All right, for concealer, I grabbed the ColourPop Hyaluronic Acid Concealer. I've been really, really loving this one lately. But before we do that, I actually want to take this one from Fenty Beauty. This is in the shade 185. Just so we can do a little tiny bit of spot concealing. This one's a little darker, closer to my complexion, so it should help conceal some of my acne flare-up right now. Going back in with the blender, just lightly. I feel like a ghost right now. It's just so pale. Let's just go in with this concealer. This is in the shade Fair 20 Neutral. Okay, before we set the face, I'm actually so excited about this. We just got this in our last Boxycharm in February as well. Oh my gosh, I just realized that I got that in my FabFitFun box, not Boxycharm. Okay, so ignore, that's not a Boxycharm product. This is the Tarte Pro Glow Contour Palette. It's so pretty, you guys. But I'm especially excited right now for this shade right here. This is their cream contour. They also have this gorgeous lighter brown, kind of more of a bronzing shade. Still definitely really good for contouring, but it's so light that especially for someone with a lighter complexion, this actually works so good. It's not too dramatic. But I want to use some of this guy just to experience it and see how it's gonna go. I think I'm just gonna, oh my gosh, that is so creamy. That's like melted chocolate. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, we're going in with this. I just decided to just use my fingers, so I'm just gonna pat this where I want it, and then we will go in. Oh, that was a lot. It's fine. To blend this one out, I'm going to switch from my beauty blender and actually use Tate's Blendiful. If you watched my most recent video besides this one on the Blendiful versus Beauty Blender, you guys will see in that I blended this out with contour and it just blended it so beautifully. I'll put that video up here, so if you want to go and watch that one, you absolutely can. It was really cool seeing the comparisons because they actually really are very, very different tools. Something I'm realizing right off the bat about this cream shade is it's drying so fast. So like putting it everywhere you want on the face and then going in is not a good idea. Unless it just needs more of the moisture from the Beauty Blender. Let's just try it with the Beauty Blender and see if that might help. Yeah, this one is working better with the Beauty Blender. It needs that extra moisture, I think, to blend it out because it just is drying too fast. Okay, so now that I blended that out with the Beauty Blender, that is actually looking tons better. It is way more subtle. All right, let's go into setting the concealer. We actually have two options for powders. I've received a couple from Boxycharm in the past. So there's the Ciate London. This is called the Everyday Vacay Coconut Setting Powder. This is amazing for pore minimizing. So good. Or we have the Becca Hydra Mist Set and Refresh Powder. I think I'm going to use this one for setting under the eyes, and then we'll use this one to set more all over the face. This is a brush that I've recently gotten from Boxycharm. I really, really love these brushes. They're from Alamar Cosmetics. So I'm going to take, oh, it creased again. I can't smile. I'm just going to take a little bit on my brush, tap it off. This is super, super, super finely milled. So you really do not need a lot. That is helping so much just to blur the lines. Let's go into the other side. I zoomed you guys in just a little bit more, but do you guys see that around my nose? Maybe it's just the concealer. I'm gonna try a different concealer tomorrow and see if that's maybe what's causing some issues. I have not heard anything bad about the ColourPop Hyaluronic Concealer, but maybe my skin just doesn't like it. But you never know, and I think it's a good thing to test out, especially if you have a new product, and with that new product comes new issues. I might try not using that tomorrow and see what happens, but it's definitely a little bit patchy right under my nose. I kind of feel like I've been sick and I've been like blowing my nose so the foundation is gone there, but I have not been sick. Okay, I'm just gonna continue. Let's just set the rest of the face. So I'm gonna take the Becca Hydra powder next. I'm actually gonna go in with a different brush. So this is the Boxycharm set from, actually it's Boxycharm's brand. And we're gonna take that, dip it into this powder. It has like a little net, so you kind of pounce it into the net. And I'm gonna tap that especially on my forehead and actually just all over the face. All right, so let's go back into the Tarte palette really quick so we can dip into Script. We're basically using this as a bronzer because we didn't get any bronzers from Boxycharm yet. I'm excited to see what they're gonna bring us in the future. I know next month we're gonna be getting the Fenty box. I am so excited about that. Plus, I don't know what's gonna be coming in the base box. I think that will probably be the last month that I'm going to be getting the base box because my husband and I are budgeting and I can only get one. I previously had only the base box and then I got taken off the wait list for the premium box. So can't have both. I'm going to go just back in with our sponge and just kind of pounce it over where we just placed that powder and where the contour was. Just kind of mesh everything together a little bit more. I honestly love, love, love that powder. The cream is going to take a little bit of getting used to. I've worked with better contour creams in the past. The Smashbox Studio Stick Foundation Duo Dealio. It has foundation on one side and a contour on the other. The foundation is not good. Don't get it for the foundation, but the contour is beautiful. That just blends like a dream. Okay, so next I think we need blush. We could either do eyes or blush, but I think I want to finish a little bit more of the complexion. With that, we have two choices. I think I might know which one I'm leaning towards, but I'm not really sure yet because I really love both of them. I guess you guys will have to let me know which one you like better. They're actually pretty similar. So we have the Ciate London blush and then this is the Hourglass. They both kind of have that really pretty marbled look. This one is definitely like a lighter pink. It's right here on my middle finger. The Ciate is more of a darker pink. I think I'm gonna go with the darker pink because I wanted to do a little bit of a darker lip today, I think. So I'm gonna grab like my designated brush for this. I know that sounds funny, but I kind of have a brush for each one. I'm very organized. So I'm gonna take this brush and just kind of pat it in there. And then we're gonna just work that right on the cheeks. This is such a gorgeous color. I'm actually gonna set these aside because we'll probably end up using them later. Next up, let's do our brows. We have a couple different options for brows. So we got this kit from Brow Bar. I honestly wasn't very impressed with it. This is like too dark for me, and the brow gel is also too dark for me. This came in here like that kind of. And then I don't know why they just have this black in here. This was like the darker kit. But yeah, they just have the super, super black that could basically be like an eyeliner. And then there's a wax that's like tinted. I think this would have been better if it didn't have so much of a tint. But we're actually going to be using this as eyeshadow primer, which I know sounds crazy, but we don't have an eyeshadow primer. And I could use one that I have, but I thought we could make it interesting and just force ourselves to try out something different. So this could either go really wrong or really good, you guys. I don't really know how this is gonna go, but we're gonna use that as an eyeshadow base. For brows though, I'm actually gonna use a product I didn't specifically receive in Boxycharm, but I do know that other people got this in their Boxycharm. Now this is the $1 Billion Brows Universal Brow Pencil. It is a really pretty shade. I do think it's a little bit loosey-goosey. That sounds funny, I know, but it slides around is what I'm saying. It's definitely not one that's going to stay in place all day. Like, it's not one that you can really depend on, even though the color is pretty and it is buildable. Definitely not a universal color, but I got it at Marshall's for $3.99 and I was really intrigued by the color. I did a video on it and I did really, really love it when I first tried it out, but as I've been using it, I've just found that it's not the most amazing thing, but it does work good. So I do still like to use it from time to time. It's just not one that I grab as a go-to, you know? Actually a little bit too dark for me, so we're gonna balance it out by using the brow gel from the other kit because I thought it'd be fun to try to use more than one thing, you know, experiment and stuff. Yeah, this definitely just slides around a lot. We are gonna use this, but we're gonna use it later because I like to put in my brow gel after I've set the face. So we're gonna do this as actually one of the last steps. Try not to say like the last step anymore because I always end up having an extra step after my last steps. I'm just gonna shape them really quick, so I'll be right back. What we're gonna do next is go into eyes. Kind of nervous, kind of excited because I've never tried this before. I'm gonna go into this brow wax that's a lighter kind of a chestnut shade. It is so waxy and stiff. Oh my gosh, you guys. Oh, that color is so dark. Wow, this is either gonna do really good things or really bad things, you know? So I built it up pretty close to the brow. I have hooded eyes, so I like to build my eyeshadow up just a little bit higher so you can actually see some more of it. So I'm gonna do that on the other eye really quick, and then we'll get to starting on the color. I don't know what I'm gonna do with these three, but we're gonna just experiment and have fun. I'm not gonna lie, you guys, that's actually a really pretty color on the eyes. You know what, that kind of makes me wonder? If this looks really pretty on the eyes, and if this stays on the eyes, what if you're on the go, and you're like, I have 0 time, all I have with me is like mascara and this. What if you used that as eyeshadow, use this as like a liner, because this has 2 sides, and then use that as like your brow powder, and then you also had the brow gel that came in this kit. What if this ends up just being something amazing? I'm gonna set this really quick with the Ciate powder, so just gonna get a little bit on a brush and just tap that over the eye. For shadows, we have the Pretty Cool palette by Dose of Colors, and that is all of these really warm tone, as we look at that one. I meant to say really pretty neutral browns, not warm tone browns. There's definitely a lot of undertones going on here. This one's more of like a gray brown, that one's more, honestly, of like a purpley brown, if that makes sense. We have a warmer tone, a darker chocolate, and then a more of a light tan. Then we have the Violet Voss Essentials palette, which has all of those gorgeous colors. I love the green in here and the purples. That would be a really fun one for today. This one also has a really dark black or the pink. So pretty. Or there's the Celestial Thunder. That one's just, that word's so hard for me to say. Celestial Thunder palette from Dominique Cosmetics. Also so pretty. I'm just gonna open them all and kind of look at them really quick so we can maybe decide. Not all the brushes I'm gonna be using are Boxycharm, but this one actually does happen to me. This is the Moda crease brush. I think I'm gonna dip into Sand. So that's like a really, really warm tone, almost like a light peachy orange. And I'm gonna work that into the crease. Gosh, I actually really wanted to do a darker lip, so I was thinking of going towards purples, but looking at all of these, I think I'm gonna go towards oranges. I'm gonna take Lunar Eclipse next, which is so out of my comfort zone. That's this one right here, just to go into the crease. I'm gonna set this brush aside. Now I'm gonna go into Storm Dust. And we're gonna do that just right here on the outer corner. I actually decided to switch brushes because that one was a little bit too big. I just couldn't get quite exactly where I needed to get. Okay, I'm going back in with the crease shade just to kind of blend it back. I don't really have a good like light cream shade to be able to just kind of smooth out the top. So I guess I'm just gonna take this brush that doesn't have any product on it at all and just kind of smooth it out up at the top here. Honestly, I'm really loving the vibes from this palette. I think they're just so pretty. I want to do something fun under the eye, and I'm nervous to go with Mystic Ice because I just feel like that's gonna clash with my sweater. We could do a little bit of emerald green, but then that would almost be too matchy-matchy. I think we might go with a plum berry. I'm gonna go with the purple. Before we lay down that though, I do want to take a little bit of the first color that we started off with, which was Sand from the Violet Voss. This one right here, it is a lighter orange, and I want to do that under the eye just to help connect it to the other shades. So we're going to start with this and then do purple on top. So now I'm going to take this purple Plum Berry, so pretty, and I'm going to do that right below the eye. And I want to go back in with that first brush that we used just to kind of blend everything together a little bit more. I want to add some glitter, so I'm going to go with Eternal Light just with my finger, and we're going to place that right on the eyelid, kind of more the inner corner leading to the center. That's super pretty. It's not quite as pigmented as I want, so I'm gonna take this. This is the InnBeauty. I think that's what it's called. This is another one that actually we got in a Boxycharm, so I'm gonna get the brush just a little damp. The only thing I don't like about this, you guys, is the spray. It just sprays so wonky. I feel like it sprays my neck mostly. I'll squirt it and it's like my face is not wet, but my neck is. It's helping just a little bit. That definitely helped a little. I feel like it's a little shinier. Could just be because we built it up a lot more as well. What I want to do next to kind of help blend it in with the darker shade is go into Fireball. I still want that glitter, but I don't want to lose that orange pigment too much, so I'm just going to take Fireball and go right on top of that and actually work it back as well. Taking a little bit more of Eternal Light. The inner corner, I'm going to go with the shade Cream. This is so pretty as an inner corner highlight because it just pops so much. And I'm going to actually work it up just a bit as well because I've learned that this really helps brighten and open up your eyes if you bring that up just a smidge. Last thing really quick, I just want to go back through the crease just to help deepen it a smidge more. All right, I'm gonna go finish my other eye really quick and then we'll be back to do some liner. We have both eyes done. I have a little bit of fallout. Yep, you guys, it might be this concealer that I may have to pass on because it's definitely causing issues. All right, I'm gonna clean up this side just really quick because I feel like I went down just like a little bit too far. So I'm just gonna very lightly kind of go over it just to help take away some product. Okay, that is tons better. So I just like very lightly just took it with my finger, with my index finger right in there, and I just patted it. I didn't really do swiping motions that much, maybe a little tiny bit, but mostly just patted it away to help pick up some of that product, and that looks so much better. I usually do my eyes before my makeup unless I'm doing a simpler look, and I should have done that today, but I didn't, so it's fine. Let's move into liner. So I did get this one. My very first Boxycharm that I got, I actually had an item missing. I reached out to the customer service. It was this one. So this is the Smashbox Always On Liquid Eyeliner. Yeah, so they forgot this one, but they sent it to me super, super quick, so it was not an issue. I'm gonna do this and put this on really quick. Whew, I did it! Eyeliner is not my strong suit. I just want to take off this foundation off my lips super quick, and I am gonna put on a lip liner. I kind of do things like really backwards. Sometimes I do lips last. I just kind of go in like a wacky order. I definitely usually will do mascara last. At least like my lower lashes, I'll do those last. I don't actually have any lip liners that I've received in Boxycharms. I do hope that they'd give some out soon because I really love lip liners. Instead, I'm gonna use the ColourPop Lippy Pencil in the shade Oh Snap. I really love this one. I've been using it almost every single day lately. So good. I love it. I just absolutely love that one so much. I need to go get all of the colors basically. Ooh, the sun's going down and I wanted to do like a natural window look for you guys, so I need to be a little bit faster. For lip color, I'm not really sure what we're gonna do for lip color. I wanted to do something darker, but I just don't think that with this look we'll be able to do that, especially not with a color from Boxycharm. Ooh, maybe that one. Ooh, maybe this one. Actually, this is the Lip Whip in the shade Fate. This is a little bit of an orange undertone. That might actually work. We're gonna go with this one. This is probably the best color that I have for this look, unless we just went with a nude. But I did want to go a little bit more bold, and I really like this one. What do you guys think? Let's go ahead and move on to setting spray. For that, I'm gonna use the one we just got recently. This is the Watermelon Glow Ultrafine Mist. Love this. That smells so good. That watermelon is my favorite. I'm gonna take my sponge and just kind of press that into the skin just to kind of mesh it in there and really help it to soak in. Next up for me would be highlighter at this point. I'm gonna go with the Laura Geller highlighter. This is in the shade Gilded Honey. This stuff is so pretty. Ugh, absolutely love that one. But we have other options. We also have the Too Faced Fancy Pink Diamond highlighter. Not my favorite. This definitely accentuates texture a little bit more and is really not that pigmented. And then we also have the Tarte highlights from this kit. These ones are definitely a little bit more powdery or a little bit more chalky, I would say. Not so much of like an iridescent lit from within type of a highlighter. They very much so sit on top of the skin a little bit more, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna go in with this one, and I'm just gonna take a fluffy brush and we're gonna just place that right there. I honestly don't use highlighters very often. That is definitely one thing I'm really not excited about with the Fenty box, is that there's two highlighters coming. One of them is a pressed powder and the other one is a highlighter stick, both of which are ones that I just won't use them. And especially the highlighter is in the shade Trophy Wife, which looks so good on darker complexions. It's not one that I'm gonna be able to wear, so that's okay. It's still gonna be super pretty. Next up would be brows. So I'm gonna take this one. This is definitely too dark, so this is a step of the routine that's definitely not going to look the best, but that's okay because I still wanted to use it. I wanted to try and use as much products as possible, and it might actually not look too bad, especially since the $1 Billion Brows is a little too light for me, so this might balance it, especially if I just use a small amount. Oh, see, that's not too bad. Okay. It's not too bad, not too bad. Let's finally go in with the step that I feel like finally completes the face, makes everything look normal, and that is mascara. I think if I was stranded on an island, I probably would want mascara. This is the Pretty Vulgar mascara. I have not used this yet. There was a couple products today that we definitely hadn't tried. These type of wands, I love these so much. They're the big fluffier ones. I actually usually like to go in with a skinnier one. So the Benefit Bad Gal Bang mascara is another one of my favorites. I like to use that first to lengthen and really spread out my lashes, and then go in with one of these to really give it that volume and like oomph. We're gonna go in just straight with this today. I want to just use as much of only Boxycharm as we can. definitely doing a good job of like thickening, especially at the base of the lashes, which is making them appear, can't talk right now, oh my goodness, which is making them appear thicker. And I really, really appreciate that, but it's still giving length. I think this is honestly like a really pretty mascara. My biggest pet peeve with mascaras, and I honestly have yet found one, unless it's waterproof, that won't do this. When my skin gets oily or if I get sweaty at all, my lashes touch right under my brow bone, and so it'll transfer onto my skin, and it is so frustrating. We will see what this one does. I'm gonna be wearing this, like I said, for a few more hours still, probably about 4 or 5 hours. Just is layering super nice. It's not giving me like spider lashes. It's not clumping them. This is nice. I like it. Last step is going to be powder once more. So I'm going to take the Ciate London powder. Again, this one's really finely milled, so it's really, really good at blurring pores, which is what I need so badly. It's definitely one of my biggest frustrations. My skin definitely has very large pores because it is normally oily. So I like to go in with a fine powder like this, and I'm just going to lightly pat that right where my pores are the worst, and around the nose. I'm gonna do some on the chin. I also get really oily right here between the brows. Basically like to do this everywhere. Let's put on a little bit of a gloss too. You guys, I'm gonna go eat a quesadilla after this, so I kind of feel bad putting on a gloss because I know that it's gonna come off on my food. This lipstick I'm wearing, it's very wearable. It doesn't like come off on your hand at all, which is so nice. So it's not gonna come off of my food either, is my guess. But if I put on a gloss, that's gonna mess up the formula of it, and it's definitely gonna come off. I think I'm gonna use this one from Palladio because I just love this so much. This is their gloss in the shade Pink Candy. I'm pretty sure this was the first one I got from them months ago, and I cannot put it down. It is so pretty. So this last step is definitely something I picked up from Allie Glines. She's such a sweetheart. I love watching her videos, but something she does at the very end of all of them is she steps back and assesses the situation. So I've been doing that lately, and it's honestly a super smart thing to do. I think we all kind of subconsciously do that, be like, okay, is everything looking good? It's different when you especially like make yourself, okay, assess the situation. I think that's just fun. I'm gonna take a little bit more blush, as I did tell you guys I probably was gonna put some more on, and I definitely want to. Blush fades just so fast, and I want that little bit of oomph back in there. One other thing I want to do really quick, and these aren't going to be Boxycharm items, but I feel like this is necessary. I use 2 products for this because I don't have the perfect shade, but I really love the MAC Studio Fix Pressed Powder Foundation. This shade is definitely going to be too yellow for me. And then I have the NARS foundation, I believe is what this is. It doesn't actually say, but this is in the shade Flesh, which is too light for me. So what I do is I mix the two. This is one that I've been using since high school. It is so good. I've probably repurchased this like 20 times. It is amazing. So I'm gonna just take a little bit of that and put it right over this blemish that I have right here. So I dip into both, and that just works so good. I need to go and get like my perfect shade, but I'm also the type that doesn't want to waste products, so I'm gonna keep using this one for a bit. And my nose is having issues. So many issues going on today. Oh my goodness. Thank you guys so much for watching and bearing with me through this. Oh my gosh. There's all sorts of situations going on. So thank you for watching and testing these out with me. Let's go and do a look in front of the window with the natural lighting so you guys can see this complexion under different, more true lighting. And we'll do a few check-ins throughout the evening just to see how the primer is doing more so. All right, it's natural lighting. It is. So this is my skin. Oop, there's a little bit of our mascara or something. Don't you hate it when that happens? You're just like, oh, going about your day, and then you're like, oh, there's mascara. Anyways, so this is what my skin looks like. We've got the eyeshadow, the lips. I think the lashes look so pretty. Do you guys see what I mean by like it hits my brow bone? So I will get mascara like right here all of the time. But anyways, I think the contour looks really pretty. It's definitely more subtle in this lighting. This side, I just am realizing is more subtle than that side, because we blended this side out with the Blendiful and then went over it with the Beauty Blender, versus this side, we purely blended it out with the Beauty Blender, so it soaked up a lot more product than that side, I think. But overall, I really love this look today, actually. I'm quite surprised since you guys know the problems. But honestly, I think the biggest issue that I'm having with my makeup today is just that under my nose, there's just a little bit of patchiness, and then the concealer is kind of setting in my wrinkle lines, which I'm definitely gonna keep my eye on that concealer. But anyways, I'll do check-ins later. I hope you guys like this look. I'm gonna go watch Suits with my husband. We've been so into that show. Eat a quesadilla, might have some chocolate or a popsicle. I hope you guys have a great evening, and I'll check in with you later. All right, time for our check-in, you guys. Look at that shine. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna take my glasses off so there's not a reflection, but just a warning, there's gonna be glasses marks, so ignore that. But woo, the oils are in full force. So it's definitely safe to say that that primer does not stop oils by any means. So definitely keep that in mind. Oh my goodness, look at this, you guys. There's no mascara marks. So props to this mascara. Digging that, oh my gosh, I still think the eyeshadow actually looks super pretty and it hasn't creased. It's been exactly 5.5 hours since I put on the foundation. The lipstick has actually lasted. I did reapply a little tiny bit and then it's just like ultra sticky now. I don't know. I really like that lipstick, but now I'm not sure how I feel about it because now it's like ultra sticky after I reapplied it a little bit. Look. See how much my lips are sticking together? Actually, I found a downside to the mascara. It's flaking like a lot underneath my eyes. Can you guys see that? Is this the best makeup day ever? No, definitely not. I do think my eyes are pretty and I do really like the brows. The oils I can deal with, but it's not like the best day. I'm not super pumped, but I do think a lot of those products are super amazing. I'm excited to try them with other things. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you for going on this journey with me. I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. I would absolutely love that. And if you are subscribed, don't forget to ring the bell. I hope to see you guys back on a Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And I hope you're having a great rest of your evening. Bye, guys.